Okay, so after 2 years of running 949 Garage, me and Kev are going to be going some of our do's and do nots. So some of the biggest things that we regret doing, some things that we don't regret doing and we wish we would have done sooner, and just ultimately what it's like running an epoxy business after 2 years. How much money is in it? Is it profitable? Is it really worth the hype that you see online from my videos and from other people's? So we're going to go into a deep dive, but before that, we have 2 jobs that we have today. We have a metallic and we have a flake floor. So we're doing a coating removal for the first job. So we're going to take you to that job site, give you a little brief rundown of what's going on, and hopefully end off the day with the metallic. But regardless, stay tuned for me and Kevin's personal experience on whether running an epoxy business in 2026 is worth it or not.
In that 90210, 90210, looking for that. In the 90210, 90210, looking for that.
Okay, everyone, we are back with another day in the life video running an epoxy flooring company. So right now we are at job site number 1 for the day. We are doing a oversized 2-car garage coating removal. We're doing another flake floor. They have an existing coating already on the floor, but theirs is really bad, and we're going to be redoing it today with better product. After this job, we also have a metallic being prepped right now. So the goal is to get this flake floor done today and then also drop the metallic design later. Explain to them what happened with the metallic this morning.
Oh. Why are you so close up to my face, though?
That's why I didn't know.
You're all up in my face.
This is how we had the last video, too.
So today pretty much was a fail. This morning we had a metallic floor that we were supposed to drop, but the base coat wasn't dried because of the temperature. We did drop it a little late. So with that being said, we weren't able to get it started. So now we're doing a 3-car in Newport. So that's kind of like the plan. We're going to remove the coating and then bounce back to the Newport Huntington Beach job and just knock it out. It is what it is. You can't really do much. So you can't force a floor to be ready when it's not ready. Removing coatings, it depends on what coating you're removing also. So if you have an epoxy, or like let's say you have some glue, or you have like concrete grout lines that you need to remove, there's specific PCDs that you will see on the bottom of the blade. They're either notches or they're like triangles. So you want to look for the specific one. You can always ask your supplier to kind of give you some pointers, but you want to use a PCD blade to remove coatings because it's going to make your life a lot easier. You can do it by hand if it's a smaller project, but we're going to do a bigger machine right now, so we'll probably show that shortly. But yeah.
Just secured bag.
Secure the bag for the boys, hard-working boys.
Damn, it's hella zoomed in.
We're gonna feed them and make them big, all right?
Big and plump and juicy and fat and thick. If you run an epoxy business, you gotta feed your men. You gotta feed them with very unhealthy, high-calorie food. Because that's the only way they won't die when they have to hand grind a coating removal floor.
I agree with that. I was an installer. I always eat all of the greasiest and fattiest foods ever just to stay surviving. Cause
Yeah,
man,
you gotta feed them. You gotta feed the boys. They're
Yeah.
out here grinding. It's hot as shit too.
you gotta put some weight on them so they can put more pressure on the grinder.
There's one system that truly changed the game for my business. So I run an epoxy flooring company. We did around $600,000 last year, and I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but for the longest time, I was managing everything through Google Sheets. I tracked my jobs, my schedule, my team's hours, all in random spreadsheets, and it was a complete mess. And then I found Connect Team, and it literally solved 90% of my problems I had in my business. Now I have one app where I can track time, manage schedules, communicate with my crew, and keep everything organized in one place. My guys clock in and out from the job site. I can see exactly where they are and what they're working on, and I'm not spending hours every week trying to figure out payroll. So if you're running a service business and you're still managing everything manually, you need to check out Connect Team. It's built for businesses like ours. It's simple, it's easy to use, and it actually saves you time. I'll drop the link in my bio for you guys to try out because it's a game changer.
We're gonna talk about the do's and don'ts about starting an epoxy company. One of the do's, I would say it's like one of the biggest ones is for sure having a social media presence. The biggest thing that's gonna really help your brand or business just grow and get your name out there. And the don'ts, I would say, what would you say would be a don't for that?
I think the biggest thing is like to not get in over your head when you're starting. I think it's really, really easy to spend money really fast. And I think starting a business with having debt is just going to make your life very, very difficult. Running a business as it is already hard.
Yeah.
And putting yourself by like getting a business loan or like getting in over your head already before you've even done your first job. I'm really big on proving your concept before you double down and start investing into the business. Because a thought always sounds great, but you have to actually understand, the reality of a business. It's expensive and you want to make sure it's profitable because the ultimate goal is to be making money. So that's my biggest don't is do not get in over your head. It's very easy to like see the numbers that we post about on Instagram and be like, I'm going to go buy a $10,000 grinder and put it on a credit card. And then you're like, don't get a job. So I would just prove your concept however you can before you begin investing into like equipment and LLC, all the things you would need.
Yeah. Another thing I would say do, in a time that we live in 2026 now, there's such an influx of like classes and trainings. Do your research and take a class and see if you actually like this kind of trade. See if you actually enjoy it, because a lot of people want to do it and they come to realize that it's actually a lot more difficult than they expected. So check out a class, check out a class, do your research, figure that out, and see if you actually really enjoy it. Because I didn't take a class. It took me a long time to learn this trade, so I really wish I would have taken a class to learn. I'm saying that for myself as someone that's already started a business, learned the trade. 100% agree that you should take a class and see if you like it.
Yeah, I think classes are important. As scammy as they do feel, and like we're not even plugging our own class right now. We don't even do classes anymore. But like, I think they are pretty pivotal in like understanding like, wow, this is the work it takes, and I'm willing to do this. Because installing is just one part of the business. So when you're starting a business, you're taking on the role of setting up the business and then actually doing it yourself.
Yeah.
So you have to really know that like you're meant to do this or you're not. And I think going to a class, it's zero risk. You get to use the best equipment. You get to talk to people who have experience. I think it's a really good way to actually know if it's something you want to do or not. 100%. So yeah, recommend going to a class. Don't get in over your head. And then I think the biggest takeaway me and Kevin have after running our business for 2 years is you always think like after a certain amount of time, things are just naturally gonna get better and get easier. And like the reality of that is like, it only gets harder. Like we're on our 3rd year going on and like working on this business together. And we're like, when we talk to each other in like 2024, going into 2025, we're like, dude, we're gonna double our revenue. We're just gonna do whatever we're doing now. We're just gonna double it. It's easy, like whatever. And like that's just like not the reality at all. Like it's you just gotta know like getting kicked in the nuts is part of it, and you can get kicked in the nuts for a whole year and still have to find a way to keep pushing through it. So I think the biggest thing is like it's not always gonna have like a light at the end of the tunnel, and like that's just like part of the process.
100%. Like even recently with us, like we've been in business for 3 years now, and recently we had an issue with a client that cost us almost like over $10,000. It's like that's the name of the game. You're gonna be kicked in the nuts consistently. You're going to be having problems. You're gonna have issues. That's just the name of the game in business. It's a huge learning curve on top of that too. It's like how we were talking about the class. Yes, you learn the trade side, but there's a whole back into it too. It's like you're gonna be wearing all of the hats. You're gonna be the sales. You're gonna be the installer. You're gonna be doing the quotes, meeting the clients. Closing the jobs. You're gonna do everything. So it's like you need to be sure that you're ready for this decision that you're gonna make to start this business in this specific trade. And mostly with it being not saturated, people want to say saturated, but there is a huge demand for it. But there's a lot of influx for sure of people wanting it. So yes, it is a good business model. You can make a lot of money, but just always know the risk to the rewards that you're gonna be getting yourself into.
Yeah, and there's this one quote that I want to pull up about saturation, because I hate when I fucking hear that. I hate when people say, is epoxy too saturated? Is it too saturated? Saturated is a measurement of how hard it is for new people with minimal skill to get into an industry. So replay what I just said in your head, that it is not because there's too much demand. Like it's never that's never not a reason to start something. You have to realize, like, you can't compare an industry to people that are just starting in it, because it's uncomparable. So you need to just understand, do not consider that into your reason why you want to start a business based on saturation. Do it based on whether you think it's something you can do for the next 5 to 10 years, and whether it's something you would do if you weren't getting paid. Would you do all that work and not get paid for it and still show up every day?
Yeah, you gotta enjoy it.
And if you can answer that question easily and then actually do that, then I think starting an epoxy business is something that could be up your alley. There's a lot of demand for this. We're proof. There's hundreds of other people that you can look up online that are doing exactly what me and Kevin are doing. And there's proof. Like, the concept is proof. People will pay for epoxy floors. The only question is, how much are you willing to put up with? How much are you willing to get kicked in the nuts? And that's the name of the game for any business. But I think specifically in epoxy, you know, product fails. It's hard with workers. There's a lot of moving parts that makes it a harder business than most. So I think, you know, would I start in a business in 2026? Would I do epoxy? Maybe. Probably.
It's 50-50. I want to say it's 50-50. Like, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. Like, yes, there's a lot of money to be made in this industry, but like how we were talking about, just having just the most basic understanding of things will not let you get in this door no more. You need to be different. You need to stand out. You need to do things that will actually put you in a position that allows you to compete with the big guys. And even we don't consider ourselves big guys, but we have a good platform. We're a pretty big following. And even for us, it's a little difficult sometimes. Full transparency. The thing is that you gotta just understand all of the cards and see which ones you want to play, and then you'll understand from there. You just gotta take the risk.
Yeah. So I mean, don't get into epoxy just because you want to make money. It's not the reality. Yeah. Yes, you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money fast. You can do that in any business, but you have to realize with everything, there's a caveat. It's harder than it looks. And ultimately, you just have to be willing to, you know, do what you're doing. And if you can do it without getting paid and you'd be happy living your life like that, then I think it's the right move for you. But ultimately, I think that's a couple lessons that me and Kevin can give. We could talk about this for hours, but this is our little rant to any people that are looking to start a trade business or
let us know
like
if
that.
you guys do decide to do it, so then we can, you know, tag along, or we can see the journey, because we would love to see you guys' journey.
Yeah, if you guys started a business, put it in the comments.
Yeah,
we'll do a little deep dive. We'll follow you, maybe not.
Maybe.
Probably not. But that's gonna be it for this video. Any last words?
We wish you the best of 2026.
Yeah, good luck in 2026, because we're hoping we got good luck.
Yeah.
Fuck, did we get kicked in the nuts. Anyway, that's it. Comment any video ideas you want me and Kevin to do or film or anything like that. That's all we got.